Good morning, San Clemente. Week of August 5th, the first week of August. Today's local market report, we're going to focus primarily on three areas. We're going to focus on what the median income is in the marketplace. We're going to focus on something called the Market Action Index. We'll be talking about that. And obviously the inventory. The most important thing you really want to look at when you look at this report and when I come out with it is look at the market action index and this score really quick, because that's really what's going to dictate for us where our market is sitting as it pertains to homeowners who are selling their homes and buyers who are wanting to buy those homes, whether there's an advantage on either side of the world. And we'll explain what that advantage means. So we're going to talk about that market action index. We're going to talk about the median list price. We're going to talk about the market segments of the median price, or in other words, the price points, the different price points in the marketplace and where they stand against each other. Okay, a couple of explanations for a moment. When we're talking about the medium list price, we are talking about not the average, not to be confused with an average. So if you see 5 homes and they're all worth five, at the end of the day, the total is 500,000. You divide 500,000 by 500 by 5, and you get obviously 100,000. You would then say, oh, the average sales price is 100,000. That is not the median list price. The median list price is really the middle section of a data set. So if we have a bunch of data of homes that are being sold and being bought and so forth, it's really 50% fall below the 1,250,000 right here, and 50% fall above 1,250,000 in that marketplace. That's what the median sales price is, and really the list price. And really all that is just a nice broad general number to help us kind of understand where our current market is sitting for any one city or any one area. In this case for San Clemente, it happens to be 1,250,000. All right? So enough on that, on the median list price. Then let's talk about the market action index. The market action index actually answers the question. It says right here, how is the market? And how it does that, it measures the current rate of sales, how many homes are being sold, versus the amount of the inventory, okay? The current rate of sales versus the amount of inventory. I mean, the simple thing to look at is if you have 10 houses on the market, are they selling within under 30 days, 10 houses sold? Boom, okay? So that is what that relationship looks like. The index measures, for instance, a seller's market condition or the conditions that favor the buyer. A seller's market condition basically speaks to the point of there's very few inventory, so there's a demand from buyers to buy properties, but there's very little inventory. So at that point, the sellers can command either a higher price point, and basically just they're kind of like in the control seat, let's call it, the driver's seat. The buyer's conditions or favoring the buyer means that there's a lot of inventory on the market, and so they get to pick a lot. There's a lot of competition, so they got a pick of the litter. They can choose whatever they want to, and so the prices are going to have to reflect that also. So if you're overpriced, and meanwhile 10 other properties are kind of in line with the market, then guess what? It's a buyer's market. They get to pick and choose. So what this number 35, which by the way went down from last month of 36, what this is saying is that there's just a slight seller's advantage, meaning that if you're priced right, you are in the driver's seat to probably get your home sold quickly. If you've been on the market for quite a long time, and by quite a long time meaning anything past 60 days without any offers, what's going to happen is the buyers are going to be sitting there going, let's just wait for that score to continue to go down because more inventory is going to come into the marketplace and so forth. Or, hey, get in line, Mr. Seller, and price your property accordingly, and your house will go quickly. Plain and simple, or at least you'll have several offers to go with. In this case, in San Clemente, prices and even inventory coming on the market has kind of been flat for the last several weeks. So we're in that seller zone. Now you got to watch for this score to go down or go up. If the May resumes its climb, meaning if it goes back up, then prices will probably continue to go up a little bit, not dramatically. For those of you that are still in 6 months of waiting to sell your home, I would consider getting to a middle ground of where you started to list to where the current market can bear and get to that price point, and you'll probably sell fast. Now, if the May drops, okay, then what that's going to put is downward pressure on prices, meaning your property's 500,000 now, or 900,000, or 600,000. You better talk to your realtor and have a good conversation about dropping it to 5% of whatever you're at, 10%, depending on what the market can bear. Do that. If you're planning on listing your property, give me a call. Let's talk about where the market's at right now, so we can still keep you in the driver's seat and get the price that you're looking for your home. So that's the May, or the Market Action Index. At this juncture, 35. This is really what you'll be focused on a lot in the upcoming reports that we'll share about San Clemente. The median list price. So the median list price, the best way to look at this is, again, what has been the historical precedents. The scratchy one right here, the dotted ones, this is more of a 7-day average. So this is more volatile. It's more volatile based on just the average 7 days. The one you really want to look at is the solid one, because that represents really what the markets look like since July of 2016, July 2019, which is a 3-year market. So it's a good picture of viewing what price points are selling and how high we've gone from XYZ points. In this case, we've gone from, on an average, from 1.139 in July of 2016 to a high of 1.3 and settling down as of January 2019 and pretty much staying kind of steady throughout all the way up to now. So what this is basically saying is that the median pretty much is staying right here at the 1.3, a little bit below 1.3. That's what it's staying at. We have seen some volatility, gone down to 1.2, September 21st, which is, believe it or not, since October, November, September, October, we've seen like a 5% haircut across the board in the marketplace. But overall, in San Clemente, this is where we've been, pretty much. That is your just big picture to support the 1.25 that we're seeing in San Clemente. Then this happens to talk about the actual different price points. So right now, any properties under 840 are selling rather quickly. So what this is saying is that, yeah, this, in contrast to the higher price points, they're selling fast, people wanting to buy. This is the profile of the properties, usually 3 to 2 bedroom, 40 years old, older homes and whatnot. News very little. Again, San Clemente happens to be an area where there's still a lot of older properties to be picked up and sold, that people are wanting to just do, they just want to live in San Clemente, but they're gonna pick them up. Again, the 1.1s, again, moving up, the 1.4s, this is the profile. The above 2 mil, that's the profile right there, and days on market. So really, at the end of the day, there's the big picture of how homes are selling, how the market is faring for both either seller's market or a buyer's market. You get a little deeper here into the real-time market profile, again, the median price, the average per square foot. If you notice, again, the median price started here in April and is pretty much settled down into here. This is not necessarily an indicator that's going down, but it's definitely plateauing. Again, per square foot, days on market increasing. Again, we're seeing a lot of people from 2018 just, not getting the clue that, hey, the market's adjusted. You got to price yourself accordingly. Price decreases. Some people are definitely decreasing their price reductions on their properties. There's been a huge increase there. Price increases, none really. Relisting, this is basically, they've expired. They haven't sold, so they're restructuring their price point and relisting again, hopefully with with a more realistic view of the pricing. Inventory pretty flat. Medium rents, most expensive 57 million, least expensive. This report will be live and complete at roysopenhouses.com. Visit it. Over there, you'll also see the CMA. So if you want to look at what your property could probably sell for in today's market, go there, reach out to me. Myself will call you directly and set up a quick 15-minute to go over what your house could probably sell for. The overall big picture here, the summation of all of this, really has to do with this in layman's terms. If you've been on the market for the last 6 months and you have not sold, you have not had an offer in the last 30 to 60 days, my suggestion is you could have that serious conversation with your realtor and say, let's reduce this price to get this property sold. Don't think or feel like somehow I'm getting desperate. No. But at the end of the day, things aren't going to get any better per se. And I'm not doom and gloom, but the numbers bear out that we're kind of settling down. This isn't about diving into bad real estate numbers, like in 2008, because that's not the market we're in. We're more in a settling down kind of market. So for you, you need to just look at that and go, okay, you know what? Maybe let's adjust our figures from 2018 as a seller. As a buyer, don't expect either that all of a sudden you're going to get some great deal that's going to happen. Like all of a sudden, like vultures, we're going to sit around and just wait for something to just go all the way down. It's not happening. There's not that dramatic movement going on. This isn't that volatile market. If you notice, these lines are almost straight across, which basically indicates that, hey, if you like a property, it's a great deal, it's a great buy, San Clemente is a beautiful place to buy, then settle into what you want to do. Call me up. Let's talk about, your individual idea of what you're wanting to buy in San Clemente, and we'll help you out, figure that right price point, that right place, and make it happen for you. Right now, what I'm trying to say is get real. Be realistic with your numbers. Don't be unrealistic with your expectations. And use a professional, whether it's myself or any of the top real estate agents that service the San Clemente area. Use a professional, really. Anyway, Roy Osorio here with roysopenhouses.com, checking out. Call me at 949-241-6332 with any questions about this, and I will see you in about a month, a couple of weeks, when the new Orange County Housing Report goes online, and along with the corresponding local market reports for your individual city, especially San Clemente. Have a great one. God bless.